room, by a raise of hands, like to save time? Raise your hands, go ahead. Now, how many of you like to save money? How many of you care about our planet? Only 3, 4? Okay, all right, just making sure. Now, what if I told you that there was a way to combine all three and save all three? Okay? Today I'm going to persuade you to buy a more fuel-efficient vehicle. Now, I'm looking around, some of you are wondering, what the heck does this guy know about fuel efficiency? Well, I can tell you I've been on both sides of the spectrum. I've driven a car that got about 11 miles to the gallon and held 44 gallons, and I've driven a car that held 12 gallons and got 45 gallons. You do the math, they both go about the same distance. So today I'm going to persuade you to drive a more fuel-efficient car because they save you time, money, and they preserve our planet. We all know time is money, so the first two shouldn't be too hard to convince y'all on. Everybody likes to save time and money. Now what if I told you that the way to do all three would just be buy a more fuel-efficient car? Fuel-efficient cars are an easy way to save time. When you have a fuel-efficient car, it generally has a smaller gas tank. So you're going to spend less time filling up at the pump and more time either in the car, at your destination, or with your family or at work, whatever you want to do. Now, if you drive a fuel-efficient car, you're going to save money, so you're going to have more free money to spend. And we all know that famous saying, as I said, you would say time. Time is money. Now, let's take a closer look and see exactly how much money a fuel-efficient car can save you. Everybody in here likes to have extra cash. How many of you pay for your own gas? Now, is it a valid concern that you're not going to have enough money to fill up gas when gas prices spike? Yes, most of the time, probably. Okay, well, according to an article published by Sustainable Business, based on current prices at the gas pump, if you were to be driving a 2011 Ford vehicle that got 23 miles to the gallon, in just 15 years, you would have spent $24,000 on fuel alone, and the car's value at that point would be about $17,000. And the original cost of the car was $22,000. Now, this does not include maintenance to the vehicle. It doesn't include oil changes, new tires, or anything like that. This is fuel alone. And according to an article published by the Business Insider, if you work 2,000 hours a year, then about 8.5% of your working hours just go to refilling your gas tank, with average prices at $3.25. And I had a chance to interview a car salesman at Rager Dykes here in Lubbock. And I interviewed a salesman who'd been working there for a few years, and he said that according to his customers, fuel-efficient vehicles save them lots of money, and as many as 95% of the people that he sells cars to, they've asked about the fuel efficiency of the actual vehicle they were looking at. So obviously it's important to consumers. And Aldo himself drives an SUV that seats 8 people, and I asked him, what percent of the time do you think at least 1/4 of your seats in your vehicle are full? And he said less than 10% of the time. So how many of you drive an SUV or a vehicle that seats more than 5 people? How often would y'all say that you need those extra 3 seats? Standard SUVs have 8 seats. Not very often, usually. Let's take a look at how this affects our environment. Fuel-efficient cars help save fossil fuels, and according to an article published by the UCUSA.org, if the average car in America got 60 miles to the gallon, it would save 44 billion gallons of crude by the year 2030. And in that same year, it would also reduce carbon pollution by 465 million tons. According to the EPA, a truck averaging 17.3 miles to the gallon will use about 700 gallons of fuel a year alone, which converts to about 13,500 pounds of CO2, which is very harmful to our environment. According to Aldo, many of his customers have already taken the initiative to purchase a more fuel-efficient vehicle. Future generations are also going to be dealing with a handful of things that they had nothing to do with that. So if we look at this chart here, a fuel-efficient car uses less oil, it uses less gas, which equals less pollution. Fossil fuels are not only limited, but they're extremely valuable. Now, if driving a fuel-efficient car could save you time, money, and save the planet, what would you do?